Chapter 17 JW Resort Gambling Hall Parking Garage, Reno. Kai circles down the parking garage. Brian and Maria look everywhere for threats. It looks clear for now. On the ramp to the third floor, they pass the battered police car. They see a dead officer near the vehicle. He has a large wound across his chest, and his head is leaking blood.
"We are screwed,"
says Kai.
"Concentrate. Keep going,"
says Maria. When they make it to the ground floor, Kai stops as she sees a parked police cruiser at the exit. A few pedestrians are curiously looking at the car. A few cars are going around the car to enter the parking garage. The windows are open, and I don't see anybody, says Brian.
Maria says, "Kai, keep going. I'll duck down. Brian, you hide."
Maria ducks down, and Brian hides with his coin. As Kai nears the entrance, she hears the rumbling of another motorcycle. She looks left, and a motorcyclist is slowly driving past the police car. He's looking into the police car windows. He's an extremely large man with a serious-looking face and a dark black beard. Kai presses the gas and aims the car at the biker. He hears the approaching vehicle too late. He looks up and makes eye contact with Kai. "Fuck!" he thinks as he jumps off his bike and rolls. The front tire of his bike is hit by the car. The bike spins 90 degrees and falls over in a heap. The scratched-up biker stands up and watches the little brown car drive away. Kai runs through a yellow light and makes a random turn. The traffic starts to increase and she slows and enters the flow of traffic.
"We're out. We're good,"
says Kai. Brian unhides and replies,
"I said don't wreck." "I will throw you out of here,"
growls Kai. After a moment,
"Why aren't there any more cops?"
"Because that cop was dirty. He works for Austin. He was bought and paid for. He was taken to see some other officer. So we know there are more dirty cops too."
"There's a biker gang after us too," says Kai. "Those bikers recognize me. They're the Devil's Children Biker Club. They are bad dudes. The cops don't even like to harass or arrest them. People on both sides
Always end up in the hospital," says Maria.
We need to hide. There are enemies and bodies everywhere, and they definitely have your faces."
"What about your face?"
"They didn't recognize me. I guess being old has some advantages,"
replies Maria. She turns her head and looks out the window.
"Oh, Maria,"
says Kai with a choked voice. Maria cuts her off.
"Anyways, I found some possible hiding spots picked out before you guys arrived. Keep going this way. I'll tell you where to turn and where we can ditch this car."
"Well, look at that. There is a clown casino.
"I thought Will was just being Will,"
says Brian. Kai looks at Brian in the rearview mirror.
"Hey, Brian."
"What?" She deepens her voice and says,
"Don't make me cut your tits off."
Then in a normal voice,
"What was that?"
Brian blushes in embarrassment and says, "I don't know." Chapter 18 Extended Days Inn, Reno, Nevada.
"Hey, this place is nice,"
says Kai as she enters the 7th floor hotel room. The trio walk into a modern hotel suite. They see a small living room and tiled kitchen. There are 3 doors further into the room. One door leads to a full bathroom, and the other 2 doors lead to separate bedrooms. A large TV is mounted against the wall, opposite a modern couch and a coffee table. A large window covered by blackout blinds is on the opposite wall from the door.
"Yes, it's pretty nice. We don't have to hide in squalor. I have some credit cards with alternate names, so I paid for a month. Before you guys found me, I scouted several locations throughout the city, and I liked this hotel. I didn't have a modern security system with cameras everywhere, so facial recognition software can't be used to find us. Also, they do have some armed security in the lobby, so it's relatively safe," says Maria. "We need to rest, and we might need to stay here for a while. We don't exactly know how they keep finding you two. They seem to have people looking for us everywhere. The more exhausted we are, the more mistakes we will make." She points at the back of the door. "Memorize the floor map. I want you to remember the location of the stairwells and emergency exits. If anything happens, we need to act fast."
"Great planning and good idea," says Brian. He looks at the map attached to the entry room door. He sees the emergency exits at the far west and far east ends of the hotel hallway. The room is marked between the elevator and the east emergency exit.
"Maria always has the best plans," says Kai as she stands next to Brian. "That's why I'm still alive."
After a minute, the 2 turn around and see Maria looking to the full-sized refrigerator. Next to the fridge, they see a bar filled with water bottles and a basket of various snacks. Maria grabs some water bottles and trail mix bags and passes them to Brian and Kai.
"We'll make do with this for now. I'll go out later and get some groceries," says Maria. "Why you?" asks Kai. "I'm harder to recognize," she says as she points at herself. "Kai, use your new coin's power to lock that door." "Wow, I should have thought of that. I guess I am getting tired," says Kai as she turns around and uses her coin to magically lock the door. "Why don't you ever get tired?" I get tired, but long hours in the hospital force me to function at a high level. As a doctor, if I make mistakes, people get hurt. So we learn to avoid mistakes, replies Maria. She looks at Brian. He does pretty well in high-stress situations as well. We'd probably be locked up or dead if it wasn't for him. Not being used to compliments. Brian looks down at the floor. Thanks, I guess. I'm trying my best. This is all crazy. Kai looks at Brian. I'm really glad you're here, Brian. I know you'll hate me forever, but you are truly the best help I could find with that coin. Brian, unsure of what to say, simply nods. He walks to the closed bedroom doors. He glances into both rooms. One room contains a large bed, and one room contains two twin-sized beds. I guess I'll take this room, says Brian, gesturing at the room with the large bed. Rhea nods. He takes out his wallet and places it near the hotel bar. There's less than a few $100s in there now. I want to help. I know this room costs more than the rent for my place. And it's bigger, too, says Kai. Brian nods again. He enters his room and closes the door. Chapter 19. JW Resort and Gambling Hall Parking Garage, Reno, Nevada. Officer Rick Mancini makes a phone call. Hello. Report, says Mr. Austin. Angrily, Mancini responds. We had the targets. There were other assets involved. How are we supposed to collect or fight each other? Remember who you're talking to, replies Mr. Austin. Sorry. Yes, sir, replies Mancini in a chastened tone. We had them, sir. They were able to escape. One of my men is dead, and some of your other assets are down. Can I ask if there are others at play? Yes, there are. I want to get my coins from those targets. I've sent out a wide alert. You are on the front lines, Officer Mancini. Get me my coins, and I will triple your bonus. Yes, sir. As Mancini hangs up, he sees three bikers led by a giant of a man being stopped by an officer manning the police barricades around the parking garage. The black-bearded giant squeezes the barricade with his hands, and Mancini expects the barricade to crumble like an empty beer can. The giant biker leers down at the police officer manning the police cordon. The bikers walk away while shouting angry words at the officer. Too late, assholes, thinks Mancini. Chapter 20. Late evening. Extended Days Inn, Reno, Nevada. After Brian enters his room and closes the door, Kai walks to Maria and gives her a crushing hug. I'm so glad you're here for all of this. I didn't get to say it before, but I've missed you so much. Me too, says Maria. We've had some adventures. I kept using the fine coin so much it started to become less and less effective. I couldn't tell if I was truly safe anymore. I always thought I was being followed, and I kept getting spooked, so I moved around a lot. If you didn't teach me how to stay low and off the radar, I don't think I would have made it this long. I'm sorry, Kai. We should have stayed together. I thought if we avoided the game and hid, we can go back to a somewhat normal life. I was wrong. They found me, and through me, they found you. Yeah, we were pretty naive to think we could leave the game. Once you're in the coin game, you're always in the coin game. Time to get some rest. I'm pretty tired from all this running around and fighting. I don't feel my age anymore. Do any of us? Says Kai. Chapter 21. Late evening. Extended Days in Reno. After a much-needed bathroom break and quick shower in his room's full bath, Brian quickly falls asleep on the top covers of his large bed. He sleeps for around 10 hours. When he awakes, he hears the television in the main room. He gets up, dresses, and walks into the main room. He sees Maria sitting on the couch. She looks more refreshed and relaxed. Look at this, she says, pointing at the TV. A special news report is playing on the screen. He sees a reporter standing down the street from the Peterson Mortuary and Burial Services. Below the reporter, he sees the blurry image of Kai, Brian, and Will from inside of the Whiskey Joe's Casino. Suspected perpetrators of the Whiskey Joe's Casino robbery have been sighted here in northern Nevada. Their trail of crime has led them here to the Peterson Mortuary and Burial Services, a well-respected pillar of our community. The authorities believe the perpetrators had a fallout and a suspected shootout occurred. That shootout has led to a loss of lives right here in northern Nevada. We are awaiting a statement from the chief of police and the mayor. If you have any information on these pictured individuals, please contact the Secret Witness Hotline. In other horrible news, a gang shootout of police occurred at the world-famous JW Resort and Gambling Hall. The news report shows perfect images of some of the slain bikers. Brian notes, why are our pictures blurry, while these bikers' pictures are perfect? Because someone else wants us caught, says Maria. Right. Brian hears a voice behind him. The other players want our coins, and the real police would just complicate things. Brian turns around, and he sees a wet Kai wrapped in a bathroom towel, exiting the bathroom. She also has a towel wrapped around her head. He notices her flushed and pinkened skin from the warm shower.
Underneath the bottom of the towel, wrapped around her body, he sees her fit legs. He looks at the stitched wound on her right leg. Kai notices his glance.
Oh, like what you see?
Asks Kai, showing her leg. No, I was just... is your cut good?
Oh, my cut,
Says Kai mockingly. In a normal tone,
yes, Maria looked at it. It's good. She said that Howie guy from the gun store did an awesome job. She couldn't have stitched it any better. She'll barely have a scar,
says Maria. Good,
yeah, good,
says Kai teasingly. Brian turns around and his face reddens.
Man, can she push my buttons?
He thinks. Maria smiles at Brian and says,
I think we should rest tonight. Then I'll shop tomorrow, and we'll make a plan.
Brian replies, also, I need some shoelaces. If we're going to be running around all the time, I should probably tie my shoes. Chapter 22. Morning. Extended Days Inn, Reno. The following morning, Brian awakes, and he tries to use his find coin to find a safe route away from the city. Usually the coin causes a strong pull in his belly towards his target. However, he currently experiences a butterfly in the stomach type feeling. The roads and highways out of the city must be too dangerous for travel, and the airport would be a death trap. He exits his room, and he sees Maria eating a cereal bar, drinking from a water bottle. Morning. I just checked if I could find a safe route out of Reno with my coin, says Brian. But I can't pinpoint a route, so I think it's best we keep hiding out.
Your coin is really powerful, so I think we should trust it. You should keep checking every morning to see if our situation changes, says Maria.
Yep, sounds good.
When Kai gets up, I'll go and get us some food and bathroom supplies.
Kai wakes up a little while later, and she unlocks a hotel suite door for Maria while holding the snack basket. As Maria's walking out the door, Kai exclaims,
Hey! All the cereal bars are gone!
Sorry, Brian mumbles around a mouthful of the last cereal bar. Kai closes the door and locks it. She looks at Brian and wags a finger at his face like a scolding mother. Brian laughs, and cereal flies out of his mouth.
Ah!
Says Kai, then she laughs. There's a bag of trail mix and some mixed nuts, says Brian.
Do I even need to say it?
Says Kai as she smiles. Nuts! Says Brian. They both laugh.
It's amazing how someone can come into your life and burn so bright and affect you so fast,
says Brian with a smile.
Yeah, I totally understand that,
says Kai as she stares at Brian. Brian continues. Are you still okay using that key coin?
Yes, if we need to survive all this, I need to be all in. I was depressed and desperate before when I was all alone, and the find coin's power was fading for me. I'm better in a team than alone.
I think we make a good team, says Brian. Kai smiles broadly, with a fox-like grin replies.
Yes, we do.